are going to Kings Island, and we're going to check out Soak City this time. That is Kings Island's water park. We're not rope dropping. It's almost 1 o'clock, so they've been open 2 hours, so I expect it's going to be really crowded. It's almost 90 degrees outside, so
it's going to be a hot day.
Yeah, so we're just mainly going to take Buddy back there swimming and maybe do some of the kid slides, just depending on how long the lines are. He has no patience, so he won't wait if there's long lines, but we will do our best to try to walk around and show you some of the slides and our suggestions for what you should do first if you do get there when they open. Our next video, I think we will do that. We'll bring Ryan and we will get in early and start getting on the slides. But yeah, they open at 11. I would suggest arriving at 10:30. That way you have time to park, get your stuff together, and then they will let you stand outside, right, waiting to go in.
Yeah, so what they do is they let you get through security.
Yes.
And they have like, they kind of have it gated off a little bit, like with temporary barriers. And then that way, all of the Gold Pass members can wait in that area. And as soon as it's time, they have security check your Gold Pass just to make sure you have that.
Yes.
And then they let you right in for that early entry. That way you can get good seating, good locker, get all that over and done with so you don't have to fight your way.
So early entry is 10:30 if you have a Gold Pass. All the slides open at 11. The only one that does not, I should say the only two that do not open until 12 typically is those body slides that are in the back of the park, kind of like near the lazy river, but they don't open typically until 12. And I think sometimes they don't even open on weekdays because they say that they don't get enough people to justify having lifeguards man those slides. So I think that's a bummer. They're my favorite, but
those are some fun slides.
We're just going to show you what we can today. It's Father's Day, so we're just going to take it easy and see what we can do.
Yep, we'll see you guys there. You can edit this out if you want, but I have to tell you that Kings Island's always been very special for me as a kid. It was like a rare thing to get up here. And it's almost like I take it for granted now, but like when I really think back on it, I get kind of sentimental because it's something that I always dreamed about. Like I wish my parents would take me up there more. The 4 season passes and all of that. It was just something that like my family, like when my uncles would come up here from Florida, we'd all get together and come up here, make sure we eat La Rosas and all that stuff because they didn't get those Cincinnati staples. And it's like, it's always held a special place in my heart because of things like that. And now that me and Sheila get to do this a lot more often, like I try to keep that in the back of my mind. Like, man, this is very special.
Don't take it for granted.
Don't take it for granted, yeah.
There is Great Wolf Lodge, Grayson's favorite place on earth, I think.
Yeah, and we can show viewers right here. If you're staying at Great Wolf Lodge, now that you have to pay to park, check that out. You can walk. It's a very short walk over from Kings Island. So if you come over here from out of town, you stay at Great Wolf, that would be, it's a great place to stay if you're coming to Kings Island too, so.
Yes, it is super crowded today. Whoa. That is the Tropical Plunge. It has 3 drop slides at the very top, and then it has 3 separate tube slides, just I think a level or 2 below that. They're all really fun.
All right, so as we're approaching the entrance to Soak City here, something you need to be prepared for. You park, you're walking all the way in here, and there's a line for security. Okay, so I thought that we would go back here and get like a nice little spot back in the little kid area. And you got the wave pool right over here. But it's just so crowded, there's no place to sit. There's no chairs available. So we're gonna try to just get him in the wave pool. And I can tell you that this is the direct result of Coney Island closing because a lot of the crowd that was there is going to come up here. This place was crowded anyway. That's why we would go to Coney Island and only come up here occasionally. But now this place is going to be jam-packed. Another thing I do not like about this place anymore is the fact that they have this weird barrier here. It's like a rope barrier. I mean, if you have a wave pool to make you feel like you're at the beach. This rope barrier doesn't make me feel like I'm at a beach. It's ridiculous. I get that they want to measure the height. They want to measure children as they come in there. But this is a little over the top. I think it really takes away from the experience. This is the main wave pool at Soak City. This is the original one. Just back there, we've got the newer wave pool, or so-called newer wave pool. It has bigger waves. Just back there, you've got that tornado slide that Sheila and I were talking about. That thing sometimes opens later than the rest of the park. So be aware of that. If you're trying to get on that thing, that might open up later on if you're rope dropping this place. So we have started in the kid area. He said that he wanted to come over here to the wave pool, and now he wants to go to a different pool. So we're kind of pressed for time. This is kind of new. I think they put this here a few years back. That's the Island Smokehouse. We've tried it. It's just your typical theme park fare, nothing special. There's Coconut Cove Cafe. Now I'd like to try that stuff, but then again, it does look like your typical theme park fare. They used to have a Skyline in here too. Looks like they took the Skyline and the La Rosas out. There's their refresh stations, the Coca-Cola fill station. Looks like they got the same deal going on. You get your souvenir cup for so much. Looks like $18.99 for the year, and then you fill up for a couple of bucks. I'm sure that's gone up. It used to be $1. Inflation, man. There's your lockers, changing booths. Our experience with those is really hard to get in and out of. See how crowded it is, people setting up in the grass, in that brown dead grass. Not a lot of fun. So we're just gonna go over here to what we call the Golden Lagoon. Here's where Soak City Water Park arrows here. Rendezvous Run, Coconut Cove, Zoom Flume, Tropical Twister, Thunder Falls, Pineapple Pipeline, Splash Landing River, Castaway Cove, Lookout Lagoon, Mondo Monsoon, Tropical Plunge, Aruba Tuba, and Tidal Wave Bay. And I'm telling you, it's packed here. You're not going to find a spot. You're all the way back by the entrance. There's your seaside supplies in case you forgot anything. There's the kids area back there with the bucket, tipper, and all that stuff. That water slide is pretty fun off there in the distance. Although if you're big like me, you're not going down as fast. There's 4 water slides on that one, and the line for that thing is outrageous.
I think you're gonna like that even less than this. It's even more crowded, buddy. Do you want to try to go down the slides over there? Yeah, those. You want to? Yeah. I know, buddy. That's all there is to it.
That slide is called the Tropical Twister. Notice the line's not too long for that. That's not bad. Still a little long to wait for such a short ride. No line for that. Looks like everybody is at the wave pool. No, actually, it's shut down. I'm approaching Thunder Falls here. It's a tube slide ride. The line's not that long for what I'm seeing out there though. I mean, it's a pretty big crowd. The parking lot's filled. Thunder Falls is not too long of a wait, but I surmise that there's probably probably one line as opposed to 2 up there to split that up. Not really sure. 40 inches tall, less than 48, you have to have a life jacket. All right, then you got Paradise Plunge. Paradise Plunge, you gotta be 48 inches tall. 48 inches tall for that ride. All right, so there's a bridge that goes over this, what we call a lazy river, I guess. Again, I'm telling you, I'm not impressed with their lazy river. Every park's got them. They just need to add like an action river to this place, man. I think that it would really not only attract guests, but have another place for them to go to disperse this crowd here, you know what I mean? Here is the family raft ride way in the back of Kings Island's park. This thing is hard to get on. The line is always off the chain. It is just behind the entrance. Oh my gosh, for that lazy river. All right, folks. The name of this family raft ride is a Zoom Flume. Okay. You know, you've heard of Lightning Lane for Disney. We got up here at Kings Island, we have Fast Lane. Fast Lane. So excited. So, to ride the family raft ride, it's interesting here. Grayson's 40 inches. You got to be 40 inches tall to ride. Guests between 40 and 48 must be accompanied by a supervising adult. That makes sense. So those are your ride heights. This is your line. That's about an hour wait, I can tell you from experience. 45 minutes to an hour. That thing just does not move, I'm telling you. Definitely not worth the wait. If people behind me are gonna ask me, I'm gonna tell them, it ain't worth the wait. It ain't worth it. I was wrong about the line. It's longer than I thought. It actually extends all the way back here. So we're going from the entrance, just standing to get in an ice cold, lazy river. That's really not very thrilling. There's your tornado slide off in the distance. I walked just up from the lazy river where there's a super long line, and you can see that line extends all the way down. I'm telling you, that's one of their funner rides, but probably like an hour, hour and a half wait for that right now. So that newer wave pool's in the tidal wave bay area. Get your fans misting you, keep you cool in the summertime. Got the tropical plunge platform area with the slides that we were talking about earlier. 3 drop slides and the 3 tube slides. That doesn't look as crowded as it could be either, you know? I mean, we've waited longer for that. Now that is worth the wait from where it's at right now. I'd say that's probably less than 15 minutes, believe it or not. I don't see them down on that second platform. Here's your tidal wave bay safety guide. And I'm already disappointed. There's the rope barrier around the wave pool. Never used to be that way, because I want to be able to sit right here and walk right in. Like I said, with this crowd and the way this is and this restriction here, this is just over the top, man. I just think it's too much. Here is the little refreshment area just for this little bay area. You got Skyline Chili Express. Here's your prices. Typical, of course, you want to eat in a theme park, it's going to be a lot more expensive. And this is the bull slide I was telling you about. It's called the Mondo Monsoon. They change the name so often, it's hard to remember. You'd think I'd have this thing down pat, man. Just as I thought, that line is all the way to the bottom. I'm gonna say, if I'm guessing, hour and a half, hour and 15 minutes. You gotta be 48 inches tall to ride. There's your rules there. Got a little area to watch, which is all we're gonna be doing today. Guys, I just wanna reiterate what that entrance does. So instead of just walking out from where you're sitting into that wave pool, you're gonna go through, you're gonna get funneled through that pergola area just to get measured. There is another Coca-Cola refresh station with some of the slowest service that you'll ever receive. Yeah, okay, I sound negative, but do you want me to talk this place up? Do you want me to get you to come here and find out for yourself? Do you want honest reviews? Let me know down in the comments. There's the Aruba Tuba. I think Sheila's gonna try to get Grayson on that. There's that area with the pirate slide. That is not a very big pool. That is probably less than a foot deep, maybe a foot, no more than that. Got these little slides in this area, little kiddie area over here with some slides. Nothing to really go crazy about. Right in that pirate ship area, that little pool I was telling you about. Some slides right inside the Lookout Lagoon. A little bit of seating there. You can tell that there is no place left to sit. There's all the stuff laying around out here. All right, fellow travelers, we got here at 1:48. It is now 2:38, and essentially all we've done is walk around. I've walked around doing my vlog, but like Sheila and Grayson were just in the pool. They've made their way over to a slide. They're waiting in line for that. I'm gonna get us some water. There's a song in the background saying, "I want you to be happier." And all I'm doing is getting more and more ticked off looking for the water fountain. Oh, look, there's a line for that. I'm gonna go wait in the line for the water fountain. All right, folks, so I've gone over to the bathroom. I got us some more water. I went to the restroom. They have moved from that post there to there in that amount of time. And they still have that distance to cover. I am beside myself. I don't even know if that's, no, it's not worth it. It really isn't.
You sure you want to wait for this, buddy? The Aruba Tuba.
This is the other little kid area. A nice little place to cool off. These are your options. I've showed you just about everything. I wanted to show you all the toddler friendly stuff as well as, you know, the slides adults can do. But I'm telling you, this place is pretty packed. Of course, like I said, Coney Island closing down, the beach water park closing down. This is what's left. Grayson's almost there. We've been waiting for quite a while to get on that Aruba Tuba. I think we'll be patient and wait, but this will probably be the last thing we get to do before we got to go home. All right. Looks like they're finally next to the Aruba Tuba. See Sheila up there getting ready to go. There's there too. Yep. They're boarding. Kind of like a flight delay. Come on down. There they go. All right. Well, all right, so for anybody still watching, this is probably the worst experience at Soak City we've ever had. We used to bring Sheila's kids here, my stepchildren, Tom and Brian. We used to ride all these rides, you know. We'd get changed right here. This is like, if you need to get changed, this is your best bet to get in here because the changing areas over there were completely packed. You're gonna be waiting forever, okay? Just beyond that, if you walk right around that building, you're gonna see the train depot that'll take you back to the regular park. Other than that, the other slide I forgot to show you is the one above me. This used to be called the Aussie Twista. I don't know what they call it now. There's probably some generic name, but it's a mat slide and it's pretty fun. We wanted to get Grayson on it. Not gonna happen today. That's a pretty long line right there. That's actually about a half an hour wait from my experience. If you look behind me, there's a line even getting out of here. So we're trying to race out of this place, but man, they just won't let us out.
Okay, so we just left Soak City. It was as crowded as I expected it would be. It was hot. It's a Sunday, but I don't know. I think it'll. Let me start that over. We are not ever coming back on a weekend ever again. We're only coming on a weekday early when it opens because there's just no point. There was lines for every single thing, even the bathroom, even to change, even to leave the park. There was a line. And Grayson, it takes him forever to warm up to things. We walked over to the wave pool first, and he, of course, was, no, I don't want to do that. I want to do something else. So we made the trek all the way back to the, Lenny calls it the Golden Lagoon. What is it really?
I don't know what it's called. It's just like a little kiddie area. It's like the first pool you'll encounter as you walk in there for kids.
I hung out with Grayson in that while Lenny walked around and got footage of the park. He was looking for his goggles. I forgot to bring them, so I took a little toy football in there, but immediately the whistle got blown at us. You're not allowed to have any toys in there. So he got bored. He was just basically bobbing up and down for 20 minutes, and then of course I want to do something else. And I tried to show him, like, look buddy, there's lines for everything. This is really it. But he demanded to go do a slide. So the only option was the Aruba Tuba. We waited about 35 minutes for that. And they have two adjacent slides on either side of the Aruba Tuba. They're white body slides for little toddlers, like there's no height restriction. but they were closed for whatever reason. They were not open. I could see water running on them, but the entrance was like blocked off, so you couldn't do that. So.
Yeah, I just say that if you're a local
Yeah.
on a weekend, I would just say Kings Island, Soak City, forget about it. Forget about it. It ain't happening. It's just too packed unless you rope drop this place. Get in here, get wet when it's cold.
Yeah.
You're not going to get in here during the heat of the day, and you're not going to really enjoy it.
Really, I had low expectations. I just thought we were going to go in and get in the wave pool, but I mean, the wave pool, like it was shoulder to shoulder. You can't swim with that many people. I really think that it just is not built, like the capacity. It's not for that. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
it doesn't have the it's
capacity
not built for
to
that
hold
capacity.
that many people.
That's a better way to say it.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get out. Like, they need to expand. They need. I don't know what they need to do. But they
Throughout the entire time I was filming, I was actually saying that.
Yeah.
Like, Kings Island really needs to expand, and they have plenty of land out there.
Yes.
And they may be in the works, but nothing's been announced, I can tell you that. But that should have been done. I think Kings Island should have jumped on that opportunity when they knew that Coney Island was going to be bought and closed down, because that huge pool, that was the world's largest recirculating pool, closed down now for Cincinnati. So everyone in this entire tri-state area has to count on Soak City for their largest swimming pool.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's community centers, the YMCA, but I bet all of those places are going to be super crowded too. But anyway, we're just kind of ranting. We're hot and tired. That was rough. We are going to come back again on a weekday early. I want to be here right when it opens and see if there's a difference. I wonder if it's going to be just as crazy because there's nowhere else for anyone to go.
And we've said it at Disney. We've said, oh, it's not going to be that bad. It's going to be a Monday and school's not out. And then guess what?
No.
It's just as crazy.
Yep.
It's crowded. So
We'll see.
yeah, we're going to show you that. So
Stay tuned for that video, but thanks for coming along with us. Even
Thanks
though we
for
didn't do
watching.
much, at least you got to see the park, and hopefully you're prepared, because I think that's what it's going to look like every weekend for the rest of the summer. So sorry.
Yep, we're here to prepare you, so
Yeah.
stay tuned. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, please subscribe and leave comments down below. Let us know what you want to see.
We'll see you next time.
See you then.
Bye.
Bye.